Welcome to the Carriker Chronicles, the People Show. Checking the pulse of Husker Nation, brought to you by DPS Construction, your local concrete experts. Check them out at dpsconstruction.net. And I'm not going to lie to you. I'm conflicted. I thought we were going to win the game. I thought we had taken over the game. The Black Shirts had taken over. We had established the ground game. With half a fourth quarter to go, Minnesota had 50, maybe 60 total yards in the entire second half combined, when they only had 125 total yards in the first half. Even though they had the ball for 18 minutes, we actually, going into halftime, we actually had more total yards. We had almost 100 yards rushing. We were averaging almost 7 yards a carry. And you could just feel that we were starting to take over and we were becoming more physical. Was that strength and conditioning starting to kick in? I had pretty much geared this whole gut reaction for a win. All right, do me a favor. First of all, if you hate the targeting rule, and especially the ejection part of that stupid rule, hit the like button for me, or don't. It's up to you. I'm torn. I'm torn because it's Matt Rhule's first game. He's the first Nebraska coach to have to go on the road in his first game since 1946. Excuses? I hear you. Because part of it looks like the same old Nebraska. We got the game won. We got the game in hand. It's a one-score game, and we find a way to just hand it to them like a bad Christmas present on Christmas morning. I'm conflicted. One game in, don't flip out. It's not the end of the world yet. It's the same old crap, and we should have won. All right, so I've got notes written down here. As always, I don't know how good this will be. Let's light this candle, okay? At one point, again, this is kind of all over the place. I wrote, I feel like I'm watching Nebraska football again, in a good manner. And then I unfortunately felt like I was watching recent Nebraska football again, is literally the note I have written next to it. Here's the thing. We left so many points on the field. Okay, we had a false start that literally took a touchdown off the board right before halftime. All right, then Jeff Sims. And a lot of this offense revolves around him. Yes, he had 3 interceptions. Okay, he doesn't have a lot of help from receivers. All right, and he's known for throwing interceptions. This is why I said we have to run the ball. We have to run it effectively. We have to use our three-headed monster. Potential three-headed monster at running back. The offensive line has to play better, and they were better at times. Okay, it was more or less Jeff Sims making plays with his feet. There were some nice runs here and there. All right, so you take the 7 off the board right before half. Kind of a big deal. Then, if you remember, we had a false start by a tight end. I'm not going to say his name. Okay. And if the play was unfolding, the blocking was there, the touchdown was there. Now, the play never actually happened because it got blown down because of the false start. But if it happens, it's a touchdown. Okay, also, Jeff Sims' interception right before halftime took off a field goal. So you could say we lost anywhere from 10 to 14 points. Not lost, handed to them. Bad present Christmas morning. Wish the Grinch would have stole that crap. All right. I said it would be close. I said it would be ugly. I also said we'd win. And so I'm calling myself out for being wrong on that. The Black Shirts had pretty much taken over the game. Now, I don't put this loss on them. We got to get more out of our offense. We're not going to score a ton this year because we need wide receivers to step up. Heinrich Harburg came in and got a third down, help convert, easy for me to say, a third down into a first down on a catch to the flats. Billy Kemp, he's one of our better players. We need more out of him at wide receiver. But we're not going to score much the way we are right now. And I like being a physical offense, but we're going to need more trick plays. We're going to need more plays called the Osborne play in order to score and have some big plays throughout this year. Now, Nebraska has lost their last 3 Big Ten openers. 4 now. Okay, now if you include tonight, Ohio State, Illinois, Northwestern, and Minnesota tonight. I got a question. Why is Anthony Grant in the game with 5 minutes to go? I know he had made some plays. He's an uber talented guy. But he was not the starter coming out of camp because he had fumbled. Okay, he'd made some plays tonight, although he only averaged 3 yards a carry. So why give him the ball with 5 minutes to go? That's my question. You've got Ramir. You've got Gabe. That's my question. All right, Jeff Sims made some plays. So much of this offense revolves around him and his legs. He's got to be smarter when he passes the ball, though. It's a lot on him, but he's got to be smarter. 3 INTs. Nebraska had 4 total turnovers. We had more than twice as many penalties as Minnesota, more than twice as much penalty yardage as Minnesota. Minnesota found a way to win. We found a way to lose. We have to find a way to win these close games. I have so many freaking notes here, okay? And I've kind of randomly gone through some of them. All right, coming into the game, PJ Fleck has the most amount of wins by a Minnesota head coach through 6 seasons since 1906. Who gives a crap? I did at the moment. It's not interesting anymore. We have now lost 14 one-score games in the past 2 years. 10 of those games we had the lead going in. We're 2-14 in those games. All right. Nebraska has 64 new players on this team, 40 plus freshmen. Keep that in mind. And this is a gut reaction. My gut is frustrated, but I'm also like, we're 1 game in. There's a whole lot of new. We got a lot of football left this year. In the moment, it's hard not to be frustrated. All right. Minnesota, I got to double check this, but I believe they have the 3rd most amount of wins in the Big Ten behind Michigan, Ohio State in recent years. Okay, Minnesota had won the last 3 meetings coming into the night by 7 points. They have now won 6 of the last 7 meetings versus Nebraska. Okay, let's see what else I got on the next page here. All right. The second half, we come out with the 65-yard kickoff return by Ramir Johnson. We run the double pass. Jeff Sims is definitely not a receiver. He dropped that ball and it didn't look great. That's okay. Stay at quarterback. Work on throwing a little bit. Keep making plays. Getting better. Have a short memory, my friend. It's a long season. You're going to make a lot of plays. I know tonight was rough at times. But he picked the ball up and he threw it, okay, to a wide open, okay, guy who was a walk-on, earned a scholarship, earned a starting job just a few days ago, okay, Mr. Alec Bullock, all right, and that gave us a 7-3 lead. Again, this play is called the Osborne play for Coach Osborne, okay. I thought our special teams as an overall whole played pretty well tonight, okay. Would have been nice to block a field goal, but can't put that on them. All right, the O-line, they did some things better in the run game. Pass protection wasn't always the best, okay. We've got to be able to throw the ball better. With 6 minutes left in the 3rd quarter, I wrote down this note. We only had 73 yards passing. We'd only attempted 10 passes. We had 6 completions and 2 interceptions at that point in time. We had run 32 plays. Again, 10 passes, 22 rushing attempts. Okay, so here's kind of my takeaway. My takeaway from this game as a whole is our defense is better. They're absolutely the strength of this team. I wish to God they could have found a way to make a play and get a stop when we need it the most. I really wish we could have, but I can't put this on the defense. I put it on turnovers, I put it on penalties, and we got to be able to make more big plays on offense. Special teams is improved. Pass game, F-. Run game, somebody else has to step up besides Jeff Sims. Gabe Irvin only had 7 carries on the night. Anthony Grant only averaged 3 yards per carry. Ramir Johnson only had 1 carry himself. We gave this game to Minnesota. Okay? They found a way to win when they had to, because it sure looked ugly on their side for most of the game too. Even when it looked like they were controlling the game, like I said, we actually had more total yards, more rushing yards, averaging almost 7 yards per carry in the first half. So it wasn't pretty on their end, but they found a way to win. We did not. And like I said, we're going to have a lot of low-scoring games this year. Here's the deal. We have to be more disciplined. If we're disciplined, we'll find a way to win these games because we are more physical. We tackled better. Like, we are a more physical team. First game of the year, on the road, at Minnesota, first game of the Matt Rhule era. Again, I'm torn with how I feel. This time tomorrow, I'll probably be more calm. That's why these are called gut reactions. All right. I have three questions for you fine folks at home. Number 1, do you feel better or worse about the Huskers after this game? Comment below. Let me know. I genuinely want to know. All right. What do you think Nebraska's record is going to be after 2 games? Will they be 1-1 after they play Colorado? Will they get that big win, that dub in Boulder? Coach Prime, Coach Rhule? Or do you think they'll be 0-2? Let me know. All right. And are you with me? Because I do think once I calm down, I'm going to have the feeling this was Matt Rhule's first game on the road versus a solid program. And do you agree with me that there are definitely some positives to take away from this? The end kind of looked like the same old. And that's the frustrating part. But are you with me that there are definitely some positives to take away from this? All right. If you missed my volleyball gut reaction to the record-setting 92,003 people that watched Nebraska volleyball last night at Memorial Stadium, I did a gut reaction right after. Go check it out, carrikerchronicles.com. I'm going to do another show tomorrow. I'm going to break this game down in depth. I'm going to pick some things from it and talk about what I believe are the most important things. Check that out tomorrow on Friday. Also, Corn Craze, John Johnston, and Doc Talk are all doing reactions to this game. You can check it all out at CarrikerChronicles.com. Until next time, go big red, and always remember to throw the bug.
If you're a diesel mechanic, CDL driver, or concrete finisher looking for work in the Omaha metro area, DPS Construction is the employer. For you, if you're a general contractor, building owner, or property manager looking for concrete repair or work done in the Omaha metro area, such as street paving, building floors, and parking lots, check out dpsconstruction.net.